My name is Florence Bensberg, and I play Marcy in Aliena. And you were watching Pop Culture with Pat.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Hey guys, welcome back to Pop Culture with Pat. I'm so excited to be joined by today's guests. Today I'm talking to Florence Bensberg, who plays Marcy in Alien Earth. Florence, great to meet you, and thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you. It's nice to meet you too.
Thank you so much. And I'm just going to give everyone a heads up that this is going to contain spoilers for Alien Earth episodes 1 and 2. So if you guys haven't seen it, make sure that you're caught up. But I feel like if you are watching this interview, you probably already are caught up on the series. But before we jump into the Alien Earth questions, Florence, I wanted to just kind of start off by introducing you to people if they're not familiar with your work. So where did your love for TV and film come from, and how did you get started in acting?
My love for TV and film first started when I joined the drama club that I went to when I was 4, but I still go there today. Um, they asked if I would uh, tape for a TV show that they had an audition come through, and I've been acting ever since then. But I'm with a different agent now, so yeah.
Do you have, as far as just like in general, do you have any favorite TV shows or movies that kind of come to your mind? Some of your favorites that you revisit over and over again?
100%. My number one favorite TV show, at least at the moment, but I think for a couple of years at least it will be, is Severance.
Great show.
Um, yeah, I'm also a very big fan of Yellow Jackets,
Ooh,
and yeah,
that's a good choice too.
right. Thank you.
Yeah, as far as getting involved with Alien Earth, can you talk about just the process of how you got involved, the audition process for the series?
Yeah, of course. I first had an audition come through um, where I was asking to tape for Marcy. And from there, it was one self-tape recall, I believe, and one in-person recall. So,
Yeah, and as
yeah.
far as the audition itself, what was the scene that you auditioned for the series?
The scene I auditioned with was the in episode 1, the scene with the scorpion,
That's a
right at the
great scene,
beginning.
that conversation that you're having with Timmy Oliphant's character.
Yes.
And it was always Marcy, as far as the character that you're going for, because I know sometimes especially where there was a group of kids for the series, so we're always going for that character. You didn't audition for any of the other cast.
Yeah, it was always just Marcy, so very straightforward.
Well, I mean that makes it pretty easy. And as far as just, can you walk me through kind of the process as far as being transformed into Marcy? So the hair and makeup process, the getting into your costume kind of for the first time.
Mm. I had quite a few fittings for costumes because they were unsure whether to go for like a gown or like a thing with two pieces and stuff. They eventually settled on the gown thing, but it was quite. I remember having quite a few different costumes that were throughout the process. Um, and then with hair and makeup, especially with the fact that I was bald, um, it started out by when I first got there, they cut my hair and they thinned it out, so they were able to slick it back to put it underneath the bald cap. So I'd spend half an hour each morning with hair and makeup, and then I'd spend another 2.5 hours in makeup effects, where they put a bald cap on my head.
And you had never done anything like that right before, so that must have been quite the interesting process just to kind of go through that for the first time.
Yeah, 100%. It was especially interesting because the process for getting the bald cap made was they took me to like a I don't know if it would really be a studio, like a workshop in England where we they made like a cast of my head and shoulders by covering me in like latex and stuff. It was it was
How was
intense, but it
that?
was really cool. Sorry?
Oh, I was gonna say, how was that? Because I've heard that process can be kind of intense sometimes, especially if you've never done anything like that before.
Yeah, it was really intense. But thankfully one of the people I had already met before, so I 100% trusted them. It was really frightening though because I couldn't see anything, but it was really cool. Yeah,
Was it one of those things like did you have like a full head like cast? So did you have to did they give you like a straw or something to like breathe out of, or how did that work?
they left like holes for my for my nostrils, and then they covered the rest of my head and my shoulders with the latex.
Well, I mean, that's quite the experience. Yeah, I've talked to other people, and sometimes it can vary on how it's kind of had set up and how it works. But I'm glad, obviously, that you had a good experience as far as that goes. Now, as far as just kind of stepping onto the sets for the first time, do you remember what your reaction was like? And as far as what were the things that impressed you the most about the sets?
I was really lucky because Noah Hawley showed me around the sets himself, which was really was really kind of him to do. They were amazing. All of the like the hallways and they had really built the building and the spaceship as well, though I didn't film the spaceship. The it was all everything was interconnected and it was like I was really there and it was so intricate and so well designed and so well thought out. You would have thought they'd spend years designing it, and I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
Yeah, I mean, that's so cool too, especially when you have practical sets like that so it can really immerse you guys as actors where, like you said, you felt like you were actually in that environment on the ship and the different buildings. So, yeah, I'm sure they probably did spend a lot of time getting to build all those and put them together.
Yeah, 100%.
Now, did you and Cindy Chandler, did you get a chance to have any kind of conversations about your character where she was playing the adult version of your character, even though it's your consciousness being transitioned into another person? But did you guys have any kind of conversations and how she wanted to play it, where you were the first version of the character that we saw on screen?
Yeah. It was really nice working with Sydney, although I didn't really have any scenes with her except for when we were on the table, we were both unconscious. Um, she was amazing to work with because she cared, you could tell how much she cared about the character, and she cared as well so much about what I thought of the character, and she was so willing to collaborate with on her with me, and she was always open to hearing my thoughts about Marcy or Wendy. Um, every time I met with her, she was so lovely. Yeah.
You also got
Yeah.
to work, I mean, amazing cast overall, but you got to work with Essie Davis and Timothy Olyphant, also Samuel as well. So, can you just kind of talk about working with those guys and what was that experience like just to collaborate with them overall?
It was amazing. It was, oh, there's such lovely people. I have so many like positive memories filming with them. Um, oh, it was just amazing. They were so kind and so welcoming, even though obviously I'm a lot younger than them because I'm a child. Uh, it was so nice. I walking into set, they were always willing to talk to me about anything. I remember having conversations with Samuel about acting and oh everything. I couldn't tell you everything that we talked about, but it was amazing getting to work with them and talk to them
Yeah, I was
pretty
gonna say
much.
maybe just
Yeah.
some it's like some of the was there any particular moments that just kind of come to the top of your mind? Like doesn't have to yeah, you don't have to go through all of them, but just like particular moments, I guess, with those guys that or even just kind of what you learned from working with them on this experience, because I'm sure you probably learned quite a bit.
And it was really interesting watching them interact. And it was especially interesting when I got to be off camera because they'd often use me for eye lines when the shot is on someone else. It was really interesting being able to watch them act. That sounds so silly, but
No.
it was really interesting getting to watch them because they're they've they've all done a lot more stuff than I have, and I've seen some of their work, and it was so interesting getting to watch them talk through things with Noah, and oh, it was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, just making the different choices. I mean, I feel like some of the best experience that you can get is that firsthand experience of being right there and getting to observe these guys who they've
Mm.
been in this industry for a long time. So I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that you'll probably take away and be able to use in your career moving forward.
Oh yeah.
And what does it mean to you, I guess, just overall? Because I know you said that you were familiar with the franchise in general, kind of coming into it. What does it mean to you to be a part of the Alien legacy?
I, it's quite difficult for me to think about because it's such, I mean, it's not like the oldest franchise that there is, but it's relatively old considering like, everything else that's
Yeah.
coming out around it. It's so interesting being able to see so many people that love the franchise, being able to watch Alien and seeing I'm not wording this very well, but it was so amazing. It's amazing, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just to like like we were talked about too. Just I mean, to be received so well as far. Last I looked, I think on Rotten Tomatoes it had like a 92%, and it debuted at number one as far as the streaming charts go, which is awesome. You know, congratulations again on that and the success of the show. So people seem to really be loving it and resonating with it so far.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm so glad because I it always seems to be a bit of an iffy subject when people make like sequels or remakes or anything of that type of franchises as beloved as Alien. But I'm so glad it's been so well received because I think I think it's really good.
Yeah, no, I
And
mean,
there's so much love that's been put into it.
I'm loving it so far. I mean, the couple episodes that we've gotten to see, and I know we're getting a new one soon as well. And I also really appreciate that. I know not everyone's as big of a fan of it, but because I know binging is great. It's fun to be able to kind of sit down and watch stuff in just one go sometimes. But I enjoy the weekly releases because it kind of gives us more time as fans to sit down and chat with each other, theorize about what's possibly happening next, and just kind of get to enjoy each episode as its own thing rather than just having them all at the same time. But I mean, binging is fine too. I've definitely done that. What,
I agree.
I was to
Sorry?
say, yeah, what about for you? Are you like, do you like weekly releases or are you more of like someone that you like to sit down and just kind of watch the whole thing?
I think it depends on what it is. I remember when season one of The Last of Us came out 2, 3 years ago now. I
Yeah.
remember I'd sit down with my family and watch it every week, and it was such an amazing. It was so good because I'd come out of it and I'd reflect on it with my parents, and then I'd also be able to talk to my friends at school about it. And then I could also go onto the internet and see what everyone else was saying, all the amazing inferences that they'd made and differences from the game adaptations. And I think it's the same with everything that I've watched with weekly releases, like Severance, especially season two.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and there kind of seems to be that it kind of seems like the streamers are kind of going more towards back towards the weekly releases, or at least breaking it up into a couple episodes. They'll release part one and then release a part two like a month later or something. So I like that we're kind of going back towards that way for me personally. And this was, correct me if I'm wrong, I thought I was looking at just your different projects. This was your first sci-fi horror type of project. So what was your experience kind of getting to work in those genres for the first time?
Well, I obviously didn't get to see loads of the actual horror stuff in action, so I didn't get to interact with the xenomorph at all, but it was really cool going on set and I'd be able to see, especially in the Make Effects trailer, because they worked on all the like dead bodies and stuff. That it was cool going in there because they could show me the like pictures of the sets and uh I remember walking into studios to talk to them about stuff and they had like face huggers everywhere and oh it was so cool. I loved it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm sure seeing that stuff in person too. Just yeah, I mean, I'm a big practical effects all the way, especially when it comes to horror and this stuff. If you can do practical effects, I think it just makes it so much more realistic, and it just kind of re makes things a little bit scarier too when you see those monsters, creatures coming after you, coming after these characters.
Oh, 100%.
And I thought it was really interesting too for you, Florence, because you go from Peter Pan and Wendy to Alien Earth, where your adult version of the character name is Wendy, and you're watching Peter Pan and Wendy on the screen above you. So I just kind of thought it was really interesting how that kind of worked, going from that project to this.
Right. It was so strange. When I got the part and I got some of the scripts through and I went there for the first time, it was so weird because it was like a parallel universe to the Peter Pan and Wendy one that I'd done. It was so strange. I was like, oh, but I'm
Yeah.
not I'm not Wendy. That's not me. That's someone else. It was so weird.
And
But it was really, really cool.
even the island too, it was Neverland, like the research island. So I just loved all those little bits. I was like, wow, that must have been really weird for you to kind of go from that to this.
Yeah, it was so strange.
Such a contrast. And Wendy is the first hybrid. Does Marcy realize the importance of that as kind of, I know she's asking questions as far as if it's going to hurt, but does she really kind of like understand the importance of that she's going to be the first hybrid that we see?
I think if this makes any sense, I it she only understands what she's told. She isn't being told about everything. I think a lot of the information that's being put through to her is very, oh, there's a word for it, like a phrase. It's like she's kind of got like tunnel vision through this whole thing. She doesn't know everything that's happening. She only knows what has physically happened to her and the things that Boy Cavalier and everyone had been telling her. So I'm not sure she 100% understands it. I think it's quite bittersweet.
Yeah, no, I think
Does that make sense?
that does make sense. Yeah, because I mean, yeah, they're only giving her so much information, so she's kind of working with what she has. And just to kind of wrap things up for you, Florence, is there anything else that you would want to say about working on the series in general, and then just where can fans stay up to date with you moving forward in the future?
Well, on Alien, it was possibly like the most incredible experience ever. It was, uh, I think everyone that I met there was incredible. I had nothing but positivity to take away from it. Oh, it was amazing.
Yeah,
And
do you have like an Instagram or like social media where fans can stay up to date with you?
oh yeah, I have an Instagram which I believe is just at Florence Bensberg, and that is all. That is everything.
Perfect.
So
All right. Well, I'll make sure, Florence, I'll make sure to put that down below in the description so that way people can give you a follow and stay up to date with all your projects moving forward. You definitely have a bright future ahead of you as far as your career goes. So I can't wait to see what's coming next. And you're welcome back anytime in the future.
brilliant. Thank you so much. My name is Florence Bensberg, and I play Marcy in Aliena. And you were watching Pop Culture with Pat.